As soon as I look up and see people drop off this 6 story, steep as all hell water slide, that greasy slice of pizza I had for lunch starts rising up in protest. So I look down and focus on the face of my 7-year-old son, Zach. Dad, can we please go down that slide, please? But I don't answer him. I just swallow hard, trying not to puke all over his SpongeBob SquarePants swim shoes. Now, we've been at this amusement park all day, and I really enjoy things like the bumper cars, trying to win a big stuffed animal, and eating everything fried and dipped in chocolate. What I don't enjoy is the feeling of falling to my death. I'm talking about those extreme thrill rides, the kind that hoist you way up to the sky, then without warning, drop you straight to the ground. There's no ride involved in that. That's just a recipe for total terror, soiled shorts, and last minute deals with God. So as he continues to plead, all I can hear are people going down this slide, screaming like they're being dropped into the fiery depths of Dante's Inferno. And I really don't want to join them. But I'm conflicted because my son looks up to me like I'm the strongest, bravest man in the world. Honestly, he makes me feel like I'm a superhero, like I can fly. And I don't want to lose that feeling by admitting that I don't want to go down that slide because it makes daddy's tummy all topsy-turvy. So instead of saying no, I come up with a plan. There's at least 6 stories of stairs to the top of the slide with a 25-minute wait in line. So I figure I'll use that time to show him exactly how high up we're going to be and how far we're going to fall. And he's going to see that it's not going to be as fun as he thinks it's going to be. I mean, he's a smart kid. Once he gets up there, he'll figure it out. So we go up the first couple flights, and I say, "Hey, buddy, look, we're up so high you can see on top of the trees." He goes over to the railing and looks. "Oh my God, Daddy, I've never been up this high. This is cool." And I think, no, no, this is definitely not cool. He just needs to be up a little higher to see it. So we go up the next couple flights, and I say, "Hey, buddy, we're up so high now, you can see our car all the way in the back of the parking lot." Again, he goes over the railing and looks. "You're right, Daddy. I see it." Um, Daddy, I think you left our lights on. Now I'm going over the railing, squinting, hoping I won't need to call AAA for a tow. So we get all the way to the top, and the wind is whistling, making the platform sway beneath us. I look at Zach, not a flicker of fear. But me, I'm so scared, I'm sweating like I've been walking around this water park while wearing a winter coat. So out of pure panic, I pull him on a line and say, "Okay, buddy, look, we're up pretty high right now. And I know you're probably scared. It's okay. We can just forget about the slide, go back down the stairs and get some ice cream." At this point, I was so desperate, I was willing to bribe him with a new bike. But he just looks up at me with eyes that seem much older than a 7-year-old's and says, "It's okay, Daddy. I'm not scared. I want to do this. I've been waiting to be old enough to do this." And I can't believe my plan didn't work. So I just step back, and before I can say, "Hey, wait for me," he rushes to the edge of the slide, gets his instructions from the slide attendant, and then he just drops. Now I have a problem I wasn't expecting. I rush over to the edge of the slide, look down, and see my little 7-year-old boy, the size of a peanut. He steps away from the slide, out of the little pool, and into a crowd full of strangers. And suddenly, I can't see him anymore. Now, there's something I call a parent's panic. It's when you realize that you have lost track of your child and your mind starts racing with horrible images that you can't stop, control, or fix. So I just know I need to get down there and be with my son immediately. 5 minutes later, I'm sitting next to Zach on a park bench, and we're drying off with the good bath towels that we snuck out of the house. He looks up at me and says, "Daddy, you broke the rules." And I asked him, "Well, what do you mean I broke the rules?" He says, "When you went down the slide, you were supposed to lie back and cross your arms like this. You didn't do that. And that's when I realized I don't recall how I went down the slide. So I asked him, and he said, "You just leaned forward, put your arms in the air, and jumped. It kind of looked like you were about to fly. Until your belly flopped and went down head first, you weren't supposed to do that." As I help Zach dry off, I can't help but notice how tall he's starting to get. And I'm feeling a silent sense of shame because I automatically assume that my fears would eventually become his fears. But I'm also feeling a little proud because the little 7-year-old boy wanted to experience something new in life, and he did, even when his own father tried to hold him back. As we leave the park, Zach skips ahead like even walking back to the car is a big adventure. And right before we reach the exit, a security guard steps in front of us with a face fixed for conflict. He points at me and says, "Hey, I saw you up there. You broke the rules, so you're banned from that slide for life." And then I watch his chest slowly deflate when he sees the only response I have for him is a big smile and deep sigh of relief. Come on, Zach. Let's go get that ice cream. Thank you.